Good afternoon. If you can start making your way to your table, we're going to get started in just a couple minutes. Thanks. How are we doing? You guys ready? Yeah? All right. You don't have to be nervous. Hey, here's the trick. They don't get to see any of this. It's all about how it sounds, right? So now your music teacher will hear it. So you want to do your best. You don't have to be nervous. If I back into you guys accidentally, just make sure you get video. Okay? If I fall back into the stage, I'll try not to. All right, good afternoon again. If you can have a seat, we're going to get started. You guys ready? All right, I'm going to start. Good afternoon. Thank you everyone for being here today. Welcome to the Student Advancement Foundation's third annual Foundation for the Future Luncheon. Thank you for joining us today. We have a really great event in store for you, and we promise we'll get you out of here at 1 o'clock as long as we can stay on schedule. So, my name is Matt Cook, and I am your host for today's luncheon. One of the best parts of my job at Lake Michigan Credit Union is being able to support many of the nonprofits across our wonderful community here, such as the Grand Rapids Student Advancement Foundation. In fact, LMCU has been longtime supporters of the foundation and the Grand Rapids public school system. Our roots in education actually go back over 80 years, back to when a former GRPS teacher started us. We believe that supporting a strong educational system for the children in our community is not only the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do. We firmly believe in the staff and the students of Grand Rapids Public Schools. The work that is happening in the district today is inspiring, and you're going to hear a lot more about that today as we go on. That is why, when given the opportunity, we jumped at the chance to join our co-presenting sponsor, Steelcase, to support the Foundation for the Future Luncheon once again this year. As a company, we know that education is critical to our success today and into the future. But we aren't here alone. I'd like to start by taking a moment now to recognize and thank our remarkable table captains It is because of their time and commitment to the students of the Grand Rapids Public Schools that we can boast that we have nearly 700 people in this room today. That number is truly astonishing and well beyond our expectations. Table captains, would you please stand for a moment so that we can recognize you for that success? And of course, we are fortunate to have the Student Advancement Foundation Board of Directors, staff, and numerous volunteers who work tirelessly on behalf of our students throughout the year with us today. We also have the support of the Grand Rapids Public Schools Board of Education, many of whom are present with us in the room today, and I think I just saw a few of them walk in. Please join me in thanking them as well. In a little while, you will hear from Grand Rapids Public Schools Superintendent Teresa Weatherall-Neal, and she will share why it is a great time for the Grand Rapids Public School System. Superintendent Neal's vision really is about helping all the children in the district to become productive, well-rounded citizens and ensuring that Grand Rapids Public Schools is a district that is a model for public education around the entire country. She and her team are constantly using innovation to produce an educational system that helps all children to learn. You will also meet some of the team from the Gerald R. Ford Academic Center, including Berniz Terpstra and Principal Jerry McComb in a little while. I'd also like to share that an SAF board member has made a matching grant for any new and increased gifts received at today's luncheon. While they have asked that we not thank them publicly, they are present today and have asked us to pass on the message that this gift is for the children of our community in Grand Rapids. Thank you for your generosity. But before we get too far, I want to send out a special cheer to the other big GRPS story that's happening and that we're actually also celebrating today. The Grand Rapids Public Museum School has been named an XQ Super School, one of only 10 in the entire country. This morning, the XQ team was at the Public Museum with GRPS, the museum, and the entire team behind the museum school working and sharing in those stories. They will be at the museum until 2:30 p.m. today, so I invite you to drop by if you have a chance after the luncheon and check out the festivities if you have any time. Now, there's one other very important group that we need to recognize, and that is the students and the staff from the Gerald R. Ford Academic Center. You saw some of them as you walked in, down at the bottom of the stairs, also out at the name tag table, and you'll also get a chance to hear from some of the wonderful band students in a little bit. Thank you for helping us out today. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the Ford Middle School Band under the direction of band director Katie Vermeer. Thanks to SAF and the community surrounding GRPS's reinvestment in the arts, Ms. Vermeer started the band at Ford 2 years ago. Many of these students are just getting started in the band, but you'll be amazed as you hear how far they've come. They are so excited to play for you today. Now let's hear them. All right. Wasn't that awesome? Let's give them another round of applause. It's amazing to think that they've only been playing together for a few weeks. So great job, guys, and thank you for sharing the time with us. I now invite everyone to enjoy your lunch. We will resume the program shortly. Also, please feel free to continue eating when we do resume the program. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. We really want to keep you on that 1 o'clock time frame. So, well, I don't know about you, but I think it feels so darn great to have almost 700 people in one room in October on this day that absolutely all agree on how great GRPS is and the support that they deserve. What an amazing turnout for our third year. We have almost 700 people, a sellout crowd, so if you're a little tight, look to your right and look to your left and say thank you for being here, because this is outstanding. And if we didn't have to deal with fire codes, we might have even gotten it a little tighter. The theme for today is it's a great day for GRPS. And I have to say it's a pretty great day in the Ambassador Ballroom as well. My name is Deb Bailey, and I have the privilege of serving as the Student Advancement Foundation Board President. I'm passionately invested and regularly inspired by those great students, the faculty, the staff, and the leadership. And weren't those Ford students amazing with 4 weeks of practice? On behalf of the Student Advancement Board of Directors and our Executive Director, Michelle Suhusky, thank you for being here today. And a very special thank you to Rosalind Ali and the entire team at the XQ Super School Project for your investment in our students and schools. Please welcome Rosalind Ali and special guest Hill Harper of CSI fame to our stage for a few comments.
What a delight and honor to see this crowd. Thank you for all that you do for this community. Hill and I just had an opportunity to spend some time with young people that are going to be high school students very soon at the first ever Grand Rapids Museum High School. It is remarkable. Now, I'm not sure if you all know a little bit about how this school got chosen to be one of the 10 to represent the country and show us what's possible as we rethink high school together. There were over 700 teams, over 10,000 people, 46,000 people joining the XQ community, over 10,000 becoming very rigorous designers of learners over a 7-month process. And this community, this team, 54 of your most courageous individuals, representing every sector that makes up Grand Rapids, coming together to show us the best of who we are as a country and the power of self-assembly, designing what will be a remarkable institution of learning where the school and the museum are one and the same. They will show a country what is possible. And we are your friends, your allies, your supporters on this journey together. Now, there are a few of the teammates in this room, and I would just love for you to stand. Dale, if it's just you, you get the whole. They are your latest local heroes. Now, Hill, I don't know about you, but what I saw this morning with that superintendent over there, we need to, right? Some of the most inspirational, courageous leadership I've seen in a very long time. Now, this movement is made up of you. It's also made up of stalwarts across this country like Hill Harper, who want to support and empower each of you to dream and dream big for your young people. Hill?
Hey guys, give it up for Rosalind Ali. You know, it's such a pleasure for me to be here in Grand Rapids. In many ways, I feel like an adopted son of this city because my roommate at Harvard Law School is from Grand Rapids, and all he would do is talk about Grand Rapids. So I texted him this morning and said, hey man, I'm flying into Grand Rapids. My plane had to circle and circle because it was so foggy. I said, what's up with the fog? He said, listen, check in on my dad. His name is Brian Mathis, and his father is Dr. Mathis, who is a wonderful doctor from this community. And he's one of my best friends to this day. And it's such a wonderful honor to be here to support the XQ Super School Project, Russell and Ali, and support the museum school. Here's the deal, guys. When you talk about a $10 million award being presented to a public school, and you talk about a public school being chosen, one of 10 from across this country of so many entries, you should be so proud of these heroes here that put this school up and then put together a package and an application that was successful. This luncheon represents a celebration, and it represents a celebration of this community, but most importantly, it represents a celebration of the young people of this community, because what this school is going to deliver is something that is transformational. And also, Grand Rapids will be a leader across the country, because part of the reason that XQ is funding these super schools is that they become models of success and innovation in education so that other communities across the country can replicate it. So what does that mean for Grand Rapids? It means that this school here will become a model for future schools across the country to be located in museums and other interesting or innovative places of learning. And that means that you all are leaders, and that means that you're about the future. My favorite quote about the future, and if someone can tell me who said this without Googling it, I'll give you an XQ Super School prize. Now, I don't know what that prize is. It may be a really nice brand new iPhone 7 with Morgan Freeman as the voice of Siri, or it may just be a really good XQ Super School baseball cap. I'm not sure which one. But my favorite quote about the future goes like this: the future does not belong to those who are fearful of bold projects and new ideas, but rather the future belongs to those who can blend passion, reason, and courage into a personal commitment to the great ideals and enterprises of American society. And that's what this Super School Project represents. That's what the Museum Public School represents. And that's what this collaboration is. And so I couldn't be more proud to be here in Grand Rapids. Couldn't be more proud of this community. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
He told me who said it, so does that mean I get the prize? Bobby Kennedy. So I'm sure most of you knew that already. So anyway. Well, looking out, I see many people join us today because you care about the future of Grand Rapids Public Schools. In my professional life, I work at Steelcase, and both Steelcase Inc. and the Steelcase Foundation are absolutely committed to public urban education. We know to have a thriving business community, you must have a thriving public school district. We know that the school district can't do it alone, and that's why we're here today. Each year, the Student Advancement Foundation works with Teresa and her team to identify what are the needs of the school. Last year, we were able to give away $1.2 million and supported each and every student of the district, some 16,000 in some way. Over 83% of the students of GRPS are on free and reduced lunch. And while their parents may not have the resources, over 13,000 parents participated in over 530 classes at Parent University. That certainly says something about their commitment and wanting better for their children. Over 5% are homeless, 5% of 16,000, and others face housing uncertainty. I was just so surprised to learn a mere couple weeks ago that in GRPS, 25% of the students speak English as a second language. And what I was even more surprised, and if you can imagine the needs, they come from 50 countries and speak over 51 different languages. I tried to name 51 languages and stopped at about 17. But when you think about, when you look at test scores, and that was something I learned as well, that the student has 1 year to get to proficiency and test out at the appropriate grade level. I don't know about you, but there is no way I could be dropped in some other country and be given 9 months to be fluent enough to read at my grade level. So it's absolutely remarkable. We are just so excited and honored to be able to host you today and to ask for your support for GRPS. Now it's my pleasure to introduce and turn the podium over to a true visionary. Her passion and commitment to Grand Rapids Public Schools and her unwavering belief in the unlimited potential of what she calls all her children of this community shines through this school district every single day. Please welcome Superintendent Teresa Weatherall-Neal.
Good afternoon, and I promise that I will be so brief. Everyone knows that I love to talk about Grand Rapids Public Schools and my children, but we will keep this brief because it is lunchtime. First of all, I have been your superintendent for 5 years. It has been. What started out as a 3-month agreement that I'd do it for 3 months has been 5 years. But I've had the best seat in the house, you guys, the best seat. I cannot thank you enough. We started out with a listening tour. I thought, you know what? These children belong to everyone in this community. So just let me ask the question, what do you want for your children? And then what do you want for our children in this community? So I did a listening tour and listened and talked to thousands of you in this community. And for that, I thank you. I knew then that I had to not reform Grand Rapids Public Schools because anyone can mess it up and tear it up. But in Grand Rapids, we had to transform because we had to put it back together. And we knew that that's what we were going to do. I announced to you that I would create a transformation plan, and I knew that it would be a heavy lift, but I also promised you, if you did it with me, if you walked with me, you'd get a wonderful return on your investment. You are reaping the returns on your investment, you guys. The XQ Museum, Rustlin Hill, I cannot thank you guys enough for acknowledging what we know to be wonderful, and that's our children here in Grand Rapids. Thank you for that acknowledgement. And for all of the community partners, so many of you in this room, you've walked with me. You've stayed with me. Even when it didn't look good, you didn't walk away from me. And for that, I say thank you. I say thank you. I want you to know we just recently had our best count day in almost 25 years. And 160 kids beyond projection, when we've lost 1,000 children in one school year, may not sound like a lot. 160 may not sound like a lot, but it's symbolic of what we do in Grand Rapids for our children. Public schools do work. We need public schools. Whether it is a school that you get on the bus, a theme school and go across the city, or whether it's a neighborhood school that a mother, a grandmother, a grandfather, or a father can walk to. They must all be great. We cannot allow zip code to determine what happens with our children. Short story about my granddaughter Layla at Grand Rapids Ford Academic Center. She started kindergarten this year, and she's having a rough time at it, you guys. She doesn't really like it. She likes the babysitter and preschool. But I will tell you what your investment feels like for a 5-year-old that's struggling with kindergarten. She came home after about 3 weeks, and she said, Nana, I had the best day ever. And I said, you did? What happened? I thought, boy, This is pretty good. We've had tears every day. So this is good. She said, I learned to play a violin. Someone gave us a violin, Nana. You gave her a violin. For that, I say thank you. Thank you. I want you to enjoy your lunch. Thank you for staying with me. You will continue to get a great return on your investment. We've worked long and hard for 5 years. The best is yet to come, Grand Rapids. Once again, thank you.
It's a great day at Ford when all of my students are here at school, they're happy, and my teachers are teaching, and my boys and girls are learning.
It's a great day at Ford when I can learn because I really love learning. It's just amazing.
It's a great day at Ford when I hear music in my classroom, when the students have worked really hard learning something and they figure it out and have that moment of aha.
The teachers here are amazing. They help you if you need help, and if you feel insecure, you can come to them to connect with.
When I come to school in the morning, I feel ready to learn, and my mom knows that when I come to school, that I will be safe, that teachers can count on me to learn, that my friends encourage me to learn.
We encourage each other to keep pushing and keep moving and never give up.
My children have grown so much. Their positivity in themselves has grown. They're just so much brighter, and they love the school too. I love that everyone here is here for one cause, and that is bettering our students.
I am triumphant and I do all things.
It is a great day at GRPS when we are focused on academic achievement, doing right by children.
I love working for GRPS because I love the students. They help me to be a better person. Every 35 minutes I have a different group of students in my classroom who are excited to learn, who have tremendous potential, who represent the wonderful diversity of Grand Rapids.
When you look at Grand Rapids Public Schools, you think this is a world-class educational institution for every student.
We try to make sure that our boys and girls here know why they're at school. Not just coming to school because school is something that you have to do, but school is very important for the future. And we're building communities. Our boys and girls are going to be citizens here real soon.
I shine, I don't give up. I do my best every day.
When the community comes together around not only Gerald R. Ford Academic Center, but around the schools, our children are afforded opportunities that they normally wouldn't have.
Part of a school district of the 21st century is having the community, and an organization like Student Advancement Foundation who is bridging that gap, that is providing those opportunities that school districts can't necessarily access on their own.
We are here to help these young people become well-rounded citizens, and that takes art and music. And we're teaching them about integrity and leadership and respect. Really modeling, I think, the behavior that we want to see. We're invested in our future.
We need to instill in them now the thought of giving back and paying things forward, because ultimately it's their world.
It's a great day in our community. It's a great day when we see our school district, our businesses, our community leaders, our parents coming together to create the Grand Rapids that we all dream of.
We can see a tremendous difference in the students in their education from the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year, and it's 100% because someone took the time to help with someone else's child. We need the community and we need their support.
It is a great joy to know that we have a community to help us in our needs.
There's been a recent strength fund that's been set aside through the Student Advancement Foundation. It's been really fun to talk about that with the students in my classroom. When they realize that people are stepping up, it helps them realize that they're part of a larger community.
I just know that there are people counting on me. They're counting on me to go to school, learn, do the best that I can, and just be successful.
When the community comes together at Ford School, It's like a connection that I've never seen before. They have a connection to the kids and they actually want to help and they want to get involved. It makes me feel like I'm special. It makes me feel like I belong here. There's nothing that can replace that feeling.
Let me tell you about a 12-year-old girl whose life was forever changed by the generosity of her community. She was a daughter of a mom who fled a civil war in Guatemala and found herself an undocumented immigrant with a small child in the United States. A mom who had language barriers. A mom who did not know how the school system worked in the United States, yet worked double shifts in hopes that it would help her family succeed. At her school, the band teacher had a smile that welcomed the girl. It made her feel like she was the most important girl in the world. She desperately wanted to learn to play music. Knowing that larger instruments were the most expensive, she chose the clarinet so that her mom might be able to afford the rental fee. Her instrument made her feel more important because she was part of something bigger than herself. For the first time, she found a place where she knew that she belonged. After the first year, her mom broke the news that she could no longer afford the rental of the clarinet. Her heart was broken. When her teacher, Mrs. Flores, found out, she decided to take on the monthly payments because she saw something in this student. It was this gift that changed the course of the student's life forever. She excelled not only at the clarinet, but her belief in herself and her ability to succeed skyrocketed. She went on to college and is standing before you today. Thank you. That student is me. My name is Berniz Constanza Terpstra, and I'm the Kent School Services Network Community School Coordinator at Gerard Ford Academic Center. Kent School Services Network is a nonprofit partner of the schools that helps students and families access needed resources, from school supplies to food, from secure housing to a sense of community. One of our biggest partners in our work to create a community of learning at Ford School is the Student Advancement Foundation. At Ford, every day, I look straight in the eyes of the students and see how their emotions change day in and day out. I share their struggles and their successes. Some of our students come to school filled with anxiety, facing many daily obstacles. Others are simply trying to cope with things happening around them that are beyond their control. I see students who are energized because they have been looking forward to going to art class. Or maybe on this day, they have the opportunity to play the violin or trumpet. For others, it's a game day where they have the opportunity to compete athletically at the sport that makes them feel like champions for the first time in their lives. Let me tell you about a day at Ford. The morning starts with Daniel, a first-grade student who is absent again. You and I know that coming dressed for success at work increases our confidence and results in a job well done. Now imagine for a moment that you cannot attend school because you didn't have a clean uniform to wear. Last year, Daniel, a respectful, kind young man, was that student. He didn't want to get in trouble for not having the proper uniform. At our school, we teach our students that school is their work. They come to the Ford School to learn, work together, and prepare for their future. Although Daniel's family was trying hard to save the money to purchase school clothes, paying the rent took priority. So instead, he chose to stay home, missing school and falling behind. But Daniel's story does not end there. Through the Student Advancement Foundation's Principals Fund, we were empowered to purchase school uniforms for Daniel. This was a seemingly simple act, but with a profound result. Today, Daniel has a new demeanor. He is confident as he walks through the doors with his head held high, proud to be a student with nearly perfect attendance. Now my morning at a Ford Academic Center starts with a smile from Daniel, now a second grader, as he marches in ready to learn. My afternoon includes a stop in the library, where I'm proud to watch a class of fourth graders diligently researching information for their science project. One group of students are watching videos on the library's iPad, explaining the process of photosynthesis. If it wasn't for the Student Advancement Foundation, they would not have iPads. They would not see things come to life in full color, Our library is fully equipped thanks to the generosity of our community. And after school, well, as you saw in the video, I'm also the coach for 6th grade volleyball. Let me tell you, it's no joke. Imagine being the leader of a group of middle school girls who look up to you to teach them what you know about your favorite sport. Thoughts running through my head are, I thought I just explained this. How do I teach this girl how to get the ball over the net? How can I give her the confidence to believe the ball will not smash her in the face? Yikes, I think to myself, what did I get myself into? But then on game day, I see my girls, Madeline, Shamaya, Samara, Tamara, Mayaja, Talisa, Autumn, and Armani, owning their school day. They are strong, they are invincible. They feel like champions, and they are. I know that feeling, because it is how I felt every time I pulled that clarinet out of its case. Imagine for a moment if our schools couldn't offer band or orchestra. Imagine for a moment that our students could not attend school because they did not have a clean uniform to wear. Imagine for a moment what our schools would be like if we didn't have access to a vibrant library. And imagine what our community would miss if deep childhood friendships weren't developed in youth sports. I know firsthand that playing in the band and on a sports team were huge contributions to my success. If it wasn't for Mrs. Flores stepping up and saying yes, I would not be here today, making a difference in the lives of children just like me. The Student Advancement Foundation invests in my students at Ford, and each day I see how lives are changing because of this investment. I'm confident that every penny that is invested in this foundation is breaking cycles and creating the future of our great city. You are their Mrs. Flores. And the seed you sow today, it will nurture our students, establishing a foundation that will allow them to stand tall and strong no matter what life hands them. Today we have the opportunity to invest in their and our futures. Thank you for joining me and making it a great day at Ford.
Thank you, Berniz, for sharing your amazing story. We love having you at Gerald R. Ford Academic Center. The parents, the students, and myself, we appreciate you. Your dedication is unwavering, a blessing for us. So thanks again. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jerry McCall, the principal of Gerald R. Ford Academic Center. I have been with the Grand Rapids Public Schools now for about 30 years. I have had the opportunity to be a classroom teacher and a principal in a number of schools. I've seen firsthand the difference the Student Advancement Foundation makes for the students at the Gerald R. Ford Academic Center and also for the entire district. Each day I get up, this is my daily story, I get up to meet and greet 32 preschoolers, 250 K through 8th graders. My students and I begin our day in the cafeteria for breakfast in the morning. When I get my first look at them and my first hug and say good morning. Some of my responses are, how are you doing, Mr. McCall? I'm doing great now that I see you. Me too. With a big smile on their face. Are you going to come to our football game, basketball game today? Yes, I am. Mr. McCall, guess how many bingo bucks I have? I'm going to give you a guess. I only need 2 more. I only need 2 more. That must be 10. You're right, Mr. McCall. You know your math. That's great. The treasure chest is waiting on you. I know the importance of greeting our students and parents every morning is a must for the students and me. I can tell the way that they look, they walk, their dress, and their facial expressions, what type of day they're going to have. My students make sure that their problems or concerns are addressed before school begins. They don't want to go in the classroom because the teacher can see it also, but they want their day to be great. The students want to make sure that they're going to have a great day at Gerald R. Ford. Now, breakfast is over now. I see them walking towards their classrooms, down the hallways, having friendly conversations about homework, projects that they're working on, even activities, or even what they're planning on doing in the classroom. Our students come to school to learn. They all want to learn. They know their job. Their job is to come to school to learn. And I ask my students quite often, why do you like going to Gerald R. Ford Academic Center? These are some of the quotes that I get from them. Teachers make you work hard to understand what you're learning. We all have to do homework, so do our parents. Students are nice here. I like playing my instrument. I'm getting smarter every day here at this school. I like going to the art class and make colorful pictures. My teachers have high expectations for us here in the classroom. My kids are the reason that I stand here today. I want every day to be a great day at Gerald R. Ford Academic Center. You, our community, are part of the story. It's because of you that I'm proud to be a donor of the Student Advancement Foundation as well as the principal at Gerald R. Ford Academic Center. I want to thank all of you who are here today, who already support us in so many ways. We are thrilled to have you, and we are grateful to those who came just to learn more about the Grand Rapids Public Schools and the Student Advancement Foundation. You probably came because a trusted friend invited you or because you are already familiar with the Student Advancement Foundation. I hope we have inspired you. Now that you have heard the full story and our vision for the students of Grand Rapids Public Schools, it is my privilege to ask you to make a financial investment in our ongoing success. This is not just an investment in the Grand Rapids Public Schools or the foundation, it is truly an investment in our future for our students at Grand Rapids Public Schools. And I believe that this is one of the most important investments any of us can make. As Dale Bailey and Superintendent Neal shared with you earlier, there are 16,700 students within the Grand Rapids Public Schools, and these students face tremendous challenges to succeed each day. We don't believe that access to the best education opportunities should be one of them. The Grand Rapids Public School has made so many tremendous strides to meet the need of the students in the districts over the past few years, but they and we cannot do it alone. Our students must have access to the resources that would help them to learn, to develop, and thrive in life. This is where we, the Student Advancement Foundation, and you come together to ensure these opportunities and so many others for our students. Already today, we have had several donors join us as members of the Student Advancement Foundation Pencil Box to support the work of the Student Advancement Foundation. I am thrilled to announce that these leaders listed at your table started our event today with a $20,000 gift. And I have some great news for you today also that hopefully will entice you to consider stretching a little further. Thanks to the Student Advancement Foundation, board members, matching grant, all new and increasing gifts for the Student Advancement Foundation up to $25,000 will be matched today, which will help us provide even more opportunities to unleash new dreams and help all of our students to thrive. What does this mean to you? This means that the gift of $100 turns into $200. $1,000 turn into $2,000. $3,600 turn into $7,200. It is truly an incredible gift, and we are so grateful. I hope that you join us in supporting the work of the Student Advancement Foundation through your personal donations this afternoon. One critical way that you can support the students of Grand Rapids Public Schools is by joining the Student Advancement Foundation Honor Society. The Honor Society giving levels are in some way symbolic, but they represent the real cost of our work at the Student Advancement Foundation. Number one, the first given level is a gift of $1,000. If you would consider a gift of $1,000 or just $84 per month, your gift will help to ensure that every student has the needed tools for the class. Number two, a gift of $150 a month or $1,800 allows 1 year of busing for the Blanford Nature Center trip. And number three, we know that some of you may be part of a company or a foundation, or you may just be in the position to give more. If you would consider a gift of $5,000 or more, you will have major impact in allowing us to provide even more opportunities and experiences. It is our hope and desire today to find at least 10 new Honor Society members. Now, I'd like to ask my table captains to pass out the pledge cards, please. All ready? Okay. You have them in, all right. So if you have them, we are incredibly grateful for you for making a difference in the lives of the students of Grand Rapids. If you are joining me as a member of the Honor Society, my personal thanks for your general support. When I started out by introducing the society levels, we know and respect that we all have different financial means, and you can still make a tremendous impact at any given level. In fact, a gift of $150 or $12.50 per month sponsors 4 students who want to join the basketball team. A gift of $25 per month could help ensure a string music program at an elementary school. And a gift of $45 per month is the cost of transportation for 1 class trip each month, so that students can learn in the real world hands-on experience with the Frederick Myers Garden, Blanford Nature Center, the Grand Rapids Civic Theater, and much more. As you can see, your pledge forms, we have also provided a fill-in-the-blank line just for you. On this line, please tell how much you would like to give. We truly appreciate whatever level of support you can provide. I hope that many of you have already chosen one of these options. If not, perhaps you want more information, would like to take a tour of a school, or you would simply have some good ideas for us. Please check the last box, the one that says, please contact me. I have other thoughts to share. I know that many of you are still writing, but if I could have your attention for just a moment, I have something important to share with you. Just for a moment, can I have your attention? Whatever gift you have chosen to make today, joining the Honor Society, or if you have simply given the gift of your valuable time to be here, I sincerely thank each and every one of you. I'll give you some time now to finish filling out the cards, and when you are finished, please pass your envelopes back to the table captains. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Matt back up for a few words.
Well, we thank you all for sharing your time over lunch today. I hope you're all leaving as inspired as I am about all the amazing things that are happening, not just in the one school at the Gerald R. Ford Academic Center, but also at all the schools in the entire GRPS district. We want to thank the folks from the X-School XQ Super Schools Project for joining us, and everyone else. And we wish you a very good day, and we hope to see you again next year. Thank you.